Hi everyone, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have an interactive graduation card to share featuring products from Spellbinders and Hero Arts. After sharing my interactive sardines card, which you guys loved, I decided maybe I should make more interactive projects. So I looked through my stash to find some things, some tools, some supplies that I could use to make an interactive card. And I found some, and I was able to make this graduation card with the classic mouse graduation product. So this is not that hard to make. It might look complicated, but in fact, it's very easy. I made my first card. This is my first card. It's a test card. I learned from my mistakes because I did make some mistakes, and I'm going to show you how to recreate this project, but we'll fix the mistakes as we craft. So for this project, I'm using two die sets, or actually one die set from Spellbinders. This is the classic mouse graduation. This is what cuts this little cute guy and the graduation hat. And the classic mouse graduation sentiments, which is a batter press set with the coordinating dies, and that's where these letters come from and the sentiment comes from. I'm also using one die from Hero Arts from the Wild Ride clear stamp and cut set. I'm using this die. This is what creates the track for the graduation cap to spin and move on my card. Basically, the idea is that he's throwing the cap in the air, it's spinning and, falling down. On the card that I plan to make, the cap should move a lot more freely, hopefully, if I'm able to fix that mistake. So that's like the crucial part of this card. If you don't have this set, you could probably cut something like that using a craft knife, like a little craft knife, like cut a track yourself. But I definitely recommend getting a die set like this. You do have 3 different track options, or maybe 2 different track options. That's a coordinating die for this stamp. And this is a cute stamp, by the way, because you do have like little people, little images that you can assemble into that, movable card, but only using that die. Another thing that is crucial for this card design is the snap and slide product from Pear Blossom Press. It looks like this. It includes 10 pairs, so you can use this to make 10 interactive cards if you're using 1 per card. And basically, it's like a snap slider. You'll see what it is as I start to build my card, but you can also die cut pieces like that using the dies that are included in this set, because you see, like, you have these circles, different size, different diameter circles. So this is what you can use to make a similar spinner if you don't have these snap and slide products. But these are cool. This is my first time trying these, and I gotta say, I quite like them. They're very, very easy to use. So I went ahead and I die cut all the pieces for my card, and I'm just going to quickly assemble my classic mouse. There is an assembly guide on the Spellbinders website, and that assembly guide makes it so easy to put everything together. I would recommend you download the guide, print it, and save it. Keep it with your die set so that if you come back to this die set later, you know what you're doing and you're not stuck. This is also an expertly designed die set because you can turn it into a boy or a girl mouse. You even have eyelashes. I'm going to quickly assemble this, and then I'll show you how to put the card together. So I die cut these pieces from Seaside, Waterfall, and Teal Topaz cardstock, as well as some saffron for the graduation cap, and mere gold for some details. So I have the parts and pieces assembled. I have my girl mouse assembled. And I also have my 2 panels, or, well, basically we need 1 panel. So let's take a look at this. I have my panel ready. I foiled Congrats Grad in gold foil, and I also die cut the track. Now I want to make this panel a little sturdier because this is kind of flimsy, and from experience I know that it's going to work better if I double this up. So I die cut another panel. I basically die cut another track in another panel. These don't line up exactly perfectly, but that doesn't matter because we can trim a little bit of the cardstock off. So I'm going to glue the two panels together before I start creating my moving mechanism. So now I have these assembled. Next, I'm going to use my paper trimmer and trim this down slightly. I actually want this panel to be 5.5 inches by 4 inches. So now is the good time to trim any of that excess cardstock. And now this is nice and ready. Now to build the slider, I'm going to use 2 pieces from my Snap and Slide package. And there are 2 different kinds of pieces. So there's one that looks like this with an opening and one that looks like this with a pin. You need to adhere one onto whichever element you want to move, and then the other one is going to go from the back of the track like so. So I'm going to glue this onto the back of my cap. Now this is obviously, you can tell this is larger than my cap. It's not ideal. I would have preferred it to be smaller, but it is what it is. I'm just going to make it work. That's why I'm using white cardstock as the background of my card, because that way that slider mechanism or slider plastic is not visible. Otherwise, I would have made this a different color, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to use thin foam adhesive square in black from the back of my graduation cap to adhere the slider piece in place. So this is now adhered. Next, I'm going to pop this and add the other piece on top so that my slider is closed. And you can see it moves freely, it slides easily, and it actually spins a little. Not too much, but just a little. See, isn't that cool? Love it. Ah, so fun. Okay, now the important part is to add foam adhesive from the back of this panel to allow for the slider to move. Now the trick to making the slider move is adding foam adhesive on the back here. For my original card, I added regular thickness foam adhesive squares, and while that works, I feel if I add thicker foam adhesive squares or tape from the back of this panel, the slider is going to move freelier and better. So I have this thicker foam adhesive tape from Alt New, and I'm going to add a whole bunch of this tape from the back of my panel before I add this onto an A2 top folding card base. Now you don't want to place the tape too close to the slider because you can see that the plastic slider is a little bit bigger than the actual die cut opening. So just keep that in mind and don't place your tape too close to the die cut opening. Otherwise, it's going to prevent your slider from moving freely on the card. I do have this tape in different width, and this is going to help me build or add tape around the thinner areas right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to add any here. We'll see. Maybe I'll just use a different type of tape here. Okay, let's test. Well, it still moves. Okay, I think it looks good. Instead of using white cardstock for the background of this card, I decided to use colored cardstock. I feel like that might make this card a little bit more interesting, and it's also one of the colors that I use to die cut the graduation gown for my mouse, and also the numbers to spell the year. So this is just something to try. For my original card, I did use white, but you know, sometimes it's nice to try new things. Okay, so I've added this onto my card, and let's test it. Oh yeah, this spins so much better with the thicker foam adhesive. So just something to keep in mind. If you want to have more movement on your card, make sure you use thicker foam adhesive for your project. Okay, the cap is not going to fall all the way down here because that area is going to be overlapped by my die cut character. And I've already added foam adhesive squares to the back of my little graduation girl. So I'm just going to pop that in place like so. Perfect. So you can see the cap kind of stops. And you can turn it to make it look like she's holding it, you know, to make it a better fit for your card. And there, it spins. Oh gosh, I just love the way this spins. Okay, and I also have my letters or my numbers, and I'm going to write 2026. And then to finish this card, I added a couple of enamel dots in teal to match the colors of the cardstock that I used. And voila, our graduation card is done. Love it. Thanks so much for joining me today. All supplies I used for this project are listed and linked in the video description below. You can also find a link to my blog with additional photos and more info. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you again next time.